Hey, dope morning, everybody. This is your boy, John Patrick, and I am so excited to be here today with you guys and kick off your morning in a great start. This is going to be better than Starbucks. So you don't have to get your Starbucks because we're going to give you that burst of energy this morning. And before we get started, just a couple of quick things here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe right on out there right now. Click on that notification button and then also click on that like button. So we want you to do three things: subscribe, click on the notification button, and well, actually four things: like it and then share it. So that's what we need you to do. If you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, make sure you go out and follow me on both of those. The Dope Ass Dude podcast on both. And then also our co-host tonight, Julie. You can follow her on TikTok and probably Instagram. She'll correct us if not, but you can follow her on Instagram and TikTok at Dance with Julie. And of course, this podcast is going to be live on where it's going to be aired on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. So you can catch us on there. And I'm going to go ahead and bring Julie out because, hey, we want you to get your day started off right. What up, Julie?
Hey. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, John Patrick.
Good morning to you, too. I am so excited to have you here with me.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about you. So everybody who don't know this here, like I said, go follow Julie, Dance with Julie, and you can see, so by the name, she's a dancer and she's an amazing dancer. So stop right now and go follow her. But Julie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for that. Yes, it's Dance with Julie on all social media platforms and dancewithjulie.net on my website. I am a Latin dance instructor. I teach salsa, I teach merengue, I teach bachata. I teach a little bit of the romantic slow dances as well. Been teaching for 20 plus years now.
20 plus years? You look like you about 18. How you been teaching 20 years?
Yes. Thank you, but no, I am not 18. I actually have a daughter who is 18.
Oh,
and I
wow.
have a daughter who's 20. So there you go. You can do the math. I'm located in South Florida, originally from New York City. So all of my up north people, hey. And my family is actually from the Dominican Republic. So yes, I am an Afro-Latina. And yeah, that's what I do.
So how did you get into dancing? And then, once they go out and they see your your Instagram page, they're going to see like you are an amazing dancer, you teach classes, you do all of that kind of stuff. So how did you get to where you are now? Like, have you always danced?
So my parents actually have been dancing all my life. I've always watched them dance. They actually were salsa dancers in New York in like the late 70s, early 80s. And then in our house, music is always playing, whether we are cooking, cleaning, eating, we're always listening to music. My dad actually used to take me to the nightclubs when I was like 13 and have me dance with him. Yep. And then I started teaching my friends how to dance. And I was really good at teaching my friends how to dance, so much so where my mom's friends, their kids wanted to learn to dance. So now I have my friends wanting me to teach them, and then all these other kids that I don't know where they came from, but my mom is like, oh yeah, my daughter can teach you. So it got to the point where my mom was like, wait a second, I think we need to be charging people for this, because I was busy every weekend, group parties, whether it was, a wedding or a couple that just wanted to learn how to dance, even if they were like swaying to the music. And when I turned 16, I incorporated Good Times Entertainment. And I've been teaching ever since then. I was part owner of a really, really popular dance company here in South Florida. And I decided to kind of expand my horizons and go my own way. And it's been working since. I've been doing this on my own for the last 12 years, established as Dancer Julie. So I've traveled, I've danced with some amazing, and that's one of the things that I really love about this industry is that you meet people from all walks of life, because dancing is universal. You don't even need to speak the same language. You can literally go to Croatia and you will find someone that you could dance with. And I really like to change people's lives, bring them some joy, relieve some stress. A lot of the dancers that come to me, some of them have very stressful jobs. And when they come to my classes, they don't have to think about that. They can just focus on their dancing, improve. It's great exercise. And then they meet other dancers. It becomes like a endless network, with great group of people. So I love it.
Wow, and I love how you said that you went on your own. So that had to be a liberating and freeing moment because when you're on your own, you don't have to answer to nobody. You can just be as creative as you want. Like, so that was a good move for you, huh?
Yeah, it definitely was. At first, it was a little scary because I had a dance partner. We were partners for like 8 or 10 years, and everyone knew me because of him.
Mm,
And in this industry, especially in the Latin dance industry, it's very difficult for women to branch out on their own and make a name for themselves without being attached to a man. Because, to be honest, this is a partner dance. So everyone expects that you have a partner. Everyone expects that, you're okay. Where's the guy? Where's the man? And that is true, but there are some things that we should be able to do on our own without being shunned and without the expectation of you cannot do this because you don't have a partner. When
wow.
in actuality, what I ended up doing is I needed to create the type of versatility where I could dance with as many partners as I wanted to.
Wow, wow, wow. And I love that, like, you didn't allow fear to keep you from moving on because that's what a lot of people do. They are so afraid of
Mhm.
failing and making a mistake that they never get out there and try it. But also, Julie, you are one of the show's favorite, well, the Dope Ass Do podcast. You are associated with one of our favorite guests, Marcello. I love that guy. He is so inspirational. So you own a couple of things with him. So tell us a little bit about that as well.
Yes, the I Am Charles X Take Your Power Back Network. He's actually my life coach. So shout out to Charles. And I've been working with him for the last, I would say, 10 months. I think it's going to be a year actually next month. And it's been a great experience. He is life changing. When I tell you he is life changing, I am being completely honest with you. I am Charles X. Um, you go to him, you may not know what you need, but he's so down to earth and he will allow you to find yourself again and grow and become a better version of you, and he'll walk that walk with you. It's called the Take Your Power Back Network. um, Throughout this process, with Chels, we one of our other members, Dr. Asia Hawkins, and I decided to do a spin-off version of Chels' show that catered more to the ladies. And it's called Voices from Venus. Voices underscore from underscore Venus. And we host a show every Wednesday. And what we do is whatever topic that Chels is discussing on his show, we add and we continue the conversation from a woman's standpoint. And the love that we have gotten, I'm shocked, because social media is available to everyone. So I didn't think that Dr. Hawk and I were going to have this show where so many people want to listen and they want to share their opinion and their experiences from a women's point of view with men supporting us. That is the key, right? So we do have men that come on the show and they give us, their perspective. And at the same time, they try to understand where we are coming from as women. Last show we had, one of our topics was what should women ask when they are vetting and in the dating market, but we asked the fellas. So they had to kind of stop and think about, okay, if I want to date this woman and I want to move along and kind of go into a serious space, this is what I expect her to ask me. And they share that information with all the ladies. It was a great show. We need to do a part two because we had so many people asking questions, but it was awesome. And that is, I'm telling you, all due to Marcello, I am Chell's ex,
Yeah.
because with his knowledge and the way he shares information, that allowed us to even build a confidence to say, let's go ahead and create this platform for the ladies. So appreciate you, Chels.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. He's been on the show before and he came on here. He spit out a lot of knowledge. And of
Mhm.
course, like I looked up on him, like I was up one night, late at night, and I was just scrolling on Instagram and we weren't even following each other at that time. And one of his videos came up and I watched one and then I found myself, I watched 10 and then maybe 20 because you just keep going
You
and going
keep
and going.
going.
Yeah, you
Yes.
keep going. And I instantly sent him a message and I was like, hey, dude, I got to have you on my podcast because, he is doing some extraordinary things. So I love that brother. I love what he's doing. And, I just can't wait to see the future, what's
Hmm.
in store for him in the future. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, so I'm glad you guys have, had a little, Voices of Venus, and so you can bring that on here today. So, Julie, have you slid into somebody's DM? Yeah, I got you. You started laughing there. Yeah.
I actually did. It was just to give a compliment, to be honest. It was just to give a compliment, and we had a great conversation. We became friends, and turns out we live a couple minutes away from each other. And I would have never done that had I not been as confident as I am now. But this is a new world that we live in. This
Yeah.
is definitely a new times where, you can go into someone's DM and express yourself and you will get a call in return. you know, they are going to come out and see what you're all about.
So was that the one and only time, Julie, you've been up in somebody's DM?
Yes, I will say
What?
that is the first time I have done that.
Okay, okay, the
That
first
is the
time.
first time, and I'm not ready to do it again. But yeah, that is the first time that I have done that. But it was it was just, a nice little compliment. I That's how I saw it. A part of me was like, let's see where this is gonna go. But it wasn't with the intention of I'm gonna meet up with this person. But I will say it's a different experience because I'm from back in the day where you had to know that person was their friend or that's somebody's cousin, and so nowadays it's like everyone is within reach.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, everyone is within reach. And then so when you went into the DM, like what did you say when you went into the DM? So because that's something I definitely want to talk about with you. So what did you say when you went into the DM?
So I did a little research because we're not crazy, right? Um, First I checked out the profile and I was like, okay, you travel. So I was trying to figure out, and I guess this is what men go through. Like, what do you say? What do you say? What is the right question to ask so that way you can allow for more communication to continue? So I looked on the profile and I saw that he travels a lot, and that's what I stuck to. I was like, you dress very well, I must say, and I can appreciate a world traveler because I like to travel. And that led to, oh, where do you like to travel to? What are places on your bucket list? So we were able to, continue that conversation in that direction.
Okay, so I love that you said you did research because,
Yes.
but and the funny thing with social media too is everyone don't put their families on social media. So some
Hmm.
people you don't know if they're married, have families at home or whatever, but you did your research before you went in there. So what was your hesitancy about doing it? Like, what were you worried about?
Rejection. I think that's what we're all, well, I would say I was worried about being rejected. And like you said, some people don't put their families and all their business out there. So I did ask him early on if he was single because one thing that I refuse to do is mess anything up, that someone has going on. Like I respect people's statuses. And when he confirmed that he was completely single, and I actually said, does anyone else out here believe that you are also single? Like, does anyone else think that you're taken? Is she out there assuming that y'all got something going on? And he was like, absolutely not. So I had to make that clear because I've heard some stories where you ask someone if they're single and they're like, yeah. And then three ladies knocking on your door. That's not my story, but just saying, like, that's my man. I'm like, well, wait a second. Well, I've seen it online. Let's just say that. But when he did confirm that he was single, that made me comfortable enough to continue to ask, more questions and continue the dialogue. And eventually we exchanged numbers, which was pretty cool. I hadn't done that in a while.
But you're like Julissa. Like you're beautiful. You're the dancer. Like, what are you nervous about? He should have did his research on you and been honored that you hit him up. Like, what the hell? Why you nervous? He should have been nervous to respond.
He did say, I'm honored that you reached out to me. But yeah, we all have our reservations. Like people see us through their own lens,
Mm.
and I think that I feel like I'm just like everybody else. Somebody can say no to me at the drop of a dime, and I'll be like, okay, I'm not doing that again. So, but yeah, it was great. I think social media has its pros and its cons, and for me, I like to be very honest and transparent. And if I can meet someone who is that same way, then yes, that would be great. But then you have the ones that, they're dishonest, and then you got all this drama, and I'm really not into that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I always tell people, because some of us, we do take no to heart. We take it
Hmm.
pretty heavy. We make it about us. And it's not about you. It's just you not their cup of tea, or maybe they have something on the side going, or,
Yeah,
but you can't make it about you because rejection is really just someone not giving you what you want. And you
yeah.
just move on from it. Don't
Mm.
take it to heart. So you don't take it to heart though, right?
No, I've been rejected, not, in the dating sense, but, as far as work is concerned,
Right.
I've been rejected numerous times. So I don't take it to heart. I learned that rejection is God redirecting you. So I don't fight it anymore. I used to. I was very headstrong where I was like, okay, that's what I want and that's what I'm going for. You just don't know it yet. But no, no, sir. I no longer do that. If you say no to me, peace be with you, and I move on to the other direction.
Because and I again, I'm going back because I want you to get a lady. So the ladies really need to listen to what you say. You said you did the research because a lot of times people slide up in the DMs and they start saying, "Hey, handsome," or "Hey, beautiful," or "Damn, you sexy," or whatever the case may be. You don't even know if this person
Yeah.
involved with somebody. You don't know none of that kind of stuff. It's like
Hmm.
people
I
slow down
did.
with that.
I did my research. I would recommend everyone to do their research first. Um, Actually, we were Facebook friends for a while. I didn't even realize it. So I had seen, a little bit of his interaction and the activities that he had going on, but I did my research because the last thing that I want is one, again, to be rejected, but two, like if it's obvious that this person, is not available and you just didn't check, come on, that's a little silly at this point. Like in 2023, you can literally find anything out about anyone and everyone. It
Yeah.
just takes a little bit of time. And I did, I took a risk though. I took a risk because I've never done that before.
And she hasn't done it since. So did it pay off, Julie?
We shall see.
Oh, this is a fresh one. We were still in the process. Okay.
We are in the process.
Hey, if he looking at this here, Julie's a good girl. You better snatch up, man. Don't mess that up. So let me ask you this here, Julie. How should a man approach, and I'm gonna just change it to you in your DM? Because like you have your DM out there, you're a beautiful woman, and of course you have some personal stuff on your page, but that is
Mhm.
also your grind page. That's your business page. So how should a dude approach you on there?
So thank you for that question because oh my goodness, the things that I have seen. It's just for me, respect and humbleness goes a long way. Don't DM me that you're gonna fly me out, sir. I will not fly out to wherever it is that you are. I don't even know you. And just for me, like a simple conversation, or if you go on my page is not private. My page is public. So if you go on my page and you scroll or you watch some of the videos or listen to some of the content, if there's something that you think will be compatible with me, then bring that up. But I just feel like the good morning beautiful or the what is it? Good morning queen or the you know good morning, what's the other one that they use? It just becomes a little ridiculous at some time. Like I always wonder, like, do you always wake up every morning and say good morning beautiful to whoever it is that you're talking to? Like I really want people to just be themselves. Like I wake up some mornings where I don't want to talk to anyone, for whatever the reason. Or I wake up some mornings where I'm just like focused and I don't have the time. Like we all have real lives outside of, social media. And I think that if someone is going to reach out to you or, try to open that door, they should be as honest and as transparent as they would normally be on their most regular day. So if on your most regular day you just like, oh hey, what's up? Just checking in. I'm going to work, call you later. But people are very extra and I don't buy it. I do not buy that
So
that's
that's
how
a
you
turn
live.
off for you? That's a turn
It
off?
it is. It
So,
really is.
so what would get a guy blocked in your DM?
Oh, can I curse? No?
Yeah, 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 go
Oh,
for it.
the dick pics and the dick videos. I have received them before. I've received them in such a way where they're like, "I really enjoyed the live that you did with Chelsea today," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And then the next thing I see is a dick pic. I'm like, "Wait, what just happened here? Like, how did this go all the
You
way
got to
left?"
rise out of them, Julie. You got to rise out
Oh
of
my
them.
God, no, no, sir. No, 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 no. Those get blocked immediately. I don't get it, but it's somebody out there likes it. It's not me.
Yeah, and I also think that's like a bad thing. Social media has made us so accessible to everyone. There are no boundaries anymore.
Hmm.
Everybody, but the funny thing is that I think we should treat people like we are in the room with them. I think
Yes.
people, we're brave on our phones and on
Mm,
our computers. We'll say whatever we want to say, but we wouldn't say that
mhm.
in person. So start treating people, because why would you send somebody a dick pic on their hustle page or grind and they're out here doing their profession and you sending dick pics or dick videos? What the
And you
hell?
don't know them.
And you don't know them.
To me, I was just like, what is this? And I try to stay in communication with everyone because there is a part of social media that is opening doors for us. Like I can't take that away, from social media. But when you can't tell who is who, right? And you have to at least go through the introduction, that's where it gets a little dicey because, okay, why are you in my page, sir? So now what I do is when someone sends me a message, hey, Julie, how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm doing great. How can I help you? Just, nice and simple. And that allows them to immediately give me, okay, what are you doing here? What do you want? Do you want a dance lesson? Because there are times where the fellas will try to, I call it slither in with this, I need to learn how to dance. But then I go on their page and there is zero interest in anything with the word dancing. So I'm like, oh, okay. Um, what piqued your interest? Oh, well, I saw one of your videos and all of a sudden I want to learn how to dance. I get those a lot, and I appreciate it. But if your intent is really not to dance, sir, don't leave it that.
Yeah,
Like,
now, is that a turn off for you?
yes, it really is. Because, okay, we meet, we dance once, and then months go by. You're like, I don't like the dancing. And then, why are you going dancing? I get that. It's like, wait a second. First of all, I thought you liked this type of activity. But second, and most importantly, that's part of my life.
Hmm.
So something that is a part of my life that I hold so near to my heart, don't act like you like it just to reel me in and then push it away.
Yeah.
Like that's disingenuous.
Yeah. And so do you find it hard when you do get in a relationship finding a guy, cuz you're a creator. You're a creative person. So
Mhm.
creative people need special people in relationships. They have to
Yeah.
have people that understand,
Yes.
hey, I'm creative, speak life into that, make my life colorful, not black and white. I don't live in a
Mhm.
black and white world. Is that a struggle for you when it comes to dating?
Well, I will let you know because I recently started dating, right? Prior to this new space that I'm in, I was in a relationship with another creative, right? So our minds were very similar in the sense where we understood that we needed the space to process things, that we don't process things like everyone else, that what is strange to someone else is it's perfectly normal for me to be walking around in fishnet stockings and sneakers in Walmart and people are like, what? And I'm like, no, I just need to get some lash glue real quick. Like it's perfectly fine. But to everybody else, they're like, what is wrong with this girl? Or, a face full of makeup and you're at a gas station and people are just like, does she have feathers in her hair? Like, what is she doing? But I know that that is a space that not everyone cares to be a part of. So that's part of my process now is how will this person accept the creative version of me, the dancer version of me. But I know how to kind of balance things out as well. I can't expect to just shove it down someone's throat. Especially, I dance with a lot of different men. And I can't expect everyone to just be okay with that immediately. So I know how to slowly bring someone into that world so they feel comfortable and they see that this is actually a professional setting and then they accept it. Sometimes when dancers really want to just shove it down someone's throat, people reject it immediately. They're like, no, you're dancing with a bunch of different men. Like that guy was touching you and you didn't do anything. And it's because you didn't hold their hand and walk them into the industry
Yeah, is
slowly.
that tiring though, Julie? It's like seems like you
Well,
need a nap after doing all of that.
it can get tiring if the counterpart is just not willing to accept it. I dated a guy who he just was like, this is some BS. And I was like, oh, well, that was
That
that.
you're dancing with the BS?
That I was dancing with, different people and I was traveling and a lot of my gigs are late at night. So it just, people have to get used to that world. They either get used to it or they just shun it out completely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
And that's why I say for creative people, it requires someone special to
mhm,
understand them, and understand what they do. And you have to take a little interest in what they do so you can understand what and why they do what they do.
yeah.
Wow.
And also too, really important for me, right? For me as a dancer, and a dance instructor is whoever my life partner is, that they see things from a different point of view that can add to my world, So I have a lot of costumes and I have a lot of this and I have a lot of that. And if there's times where I have tunnel vision, I need him to be like, babe, that color just ain't it. Like, because I'll go into a project and I'll be like, this is the color because of that reason and that. And I need that person to be like, sweetie, you might want to reconsider instead of just saying, oh, it looks great because they just don't care. So.
Wow. Wow. Julie, our time, we've gone through this time this really quick. I have to get you back on here. I know we're only doing 5 episodes, but I'm going to get you back on here. So, closing out on this here, DM the viewers and the listeners some inspiration to get them through the day because you just a bright light in the world. So, what can you DM them to inspire them to make it through today?
Thank you. I would say, we are not guaranteed tomorrow. And I think for me, dancing brings me joy in the present moment. So whatever it is that you do that brings you joy at that very moment, try to do it every day. I mean, as long as it ain't getting you arrested. But I'm just saying, whatever is a positive thing that you do that brings you joy, whether that's singing or dancing or the podcast, talking to people, helping in the community, just try to do it every day and connect with people. Continue to connect with people that will bring growth to your life. I
Wow.
think that that's one of the things that I care when I get some of the DMs from the ladies and even from the gentlemen. They're like, that was really positive, or I really enjoyed your dance video, and that's that. It brings me joy because that little bit of my day brought someone else joy.
Wow, I love that. I love that. So, Julie, tell them one more time where can they DM you some dick pics? Uh,
Well, for the dick pics, you can go to the at the dope ass dude if you want to send them on over there.
I don't think so.
But if you want to connect with me on social media, on all my platforms, it is Dancer Julie. On IG, we are also Voices underscore from underscore Venus, and of course, you will always find me on at I am Chels X on his live Monday through Friday, 6:30 ish Eastern.
Yep. So you guys have Julie's information on the screen right now, and I just put Marcello's information on the screen. Go follow both of them. Amazing people, and they are doing some amazing things. And everyone that is out there listening, like Julie said, do something, special for yourself today and love on yourself because life is short. And have a dope ass day.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace. Thank you.